Thank you. Realms of Vedic scholarship and modern sciences, Dr. Amanchi Balasudhakar Sastry garu, founder and director of Sri Maharshi Research Institute of Vedic Technology, SRIVT. Dr. Sastry is a distinguished Vedic scholar renowned for his profound expertise in Nadi Jyotish and his remarkable contributions to translating Sanskrit texts and validating ancient scripts. His groundbreaking research in metallurgy, material sciences, and ceramics has led to the development of innovative nanomaterials derived from metals and metal oxides, pioneering work that has garnered him with prestigious accolades, including the Indian Innovative Initiative Award, the title of Vedashri from Gurukul Kangri University, and Jnana Saraswati from Kanchi Kamakoti Peetam. In addition to holding Indian and American patents, Dr. Sastry is celebrated for his ability to decode ancient manuscripts and explore the vast expanse of Vedic science. His dedication to bridging ancient wisdom with contemporary technologies has led to the development of the products rooted in Vedic texts, showcasing his unique ability to harmonize tradition with innovation. Beyond his scholarly achievements, Dr. Sastry is the founder trustee of Sri Datta Lalitambika Mandir and director of Arshadhatu Green Nanotechnologies India Private Limited, a global leader in the sustainable manufacture of nanomaterials. Through his pioneering work, Dr. Sastry continues to inspire the scientific community and revolutionize the landscapes of material science and technology. Please join me in welcoming Sir, whose contributions to both ancient wisdom and modern science are nothing short of extraordinary.
With all your support, the first day of this seminar was grandly completed. And today is the second day. Welcome you all. And today's session is bridging gap between Sanatana and Sanootana, that is ancient and modern. Our first keynote speaker is Dr. A.K. Upadhyay, IPS, retired from Bhubaneswar. Today he is not only IPS. I used to say, when Kaki is failed, then Kashaya will useful for the society. The crimes in the society because of without Bharatiya Sanskriti, value-oriented education. So, what IPS police will do, the only use lathi. But one Vedic researcher is a transformation to IPS to Vedic researcher is a very interesting story. Arun Kumar Upadhyay, born in 1952 in Ara, Bihar, is a distinguished scholar and author with a diverse and extensive background. His academic and professional journey reflects a deep commitment to both traditional Vedic knowledge and modern scientific disciplines. Arun's educational foundation began with the basic Sanskrit studies at home. He pursued higher education in various fields, in MSc Physics, a degree in Forestry and Mathematics. Upadhyay's professional career includes significant roles in Indian Administrative Services and the Indian Police Services, IFS also, IFS and IPS in 2016. He achieved Asthana Vidwan status in Veda from Mysuru, Avadhuta Dattapeetham. Arun Kumar Upadhyaya has authored over 25 books and more than 180 articles. Sir, heartily welcome. Please join me. I request him to deliver his speech on ancient measures of time and space.
मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतं वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये. Coming to seminar here is like my homecoming after 3 lives. In some previous life, I had studied Vedas in Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh. And my first conference was 25 years ago in Sri Salem, where Pandit Somyajluji blessed me with studies. And he told that I was fortunate that I had not studied Sanskrit and history, etc. in college syllabus. That's why I am having correct knowledge. Another thing he told that Vedas are eternal and even today it is Vedic period. Third thing I realized that for some of my mistakes, he scolded me in same words and same Sanskrit verses which my father was using. So I touched his feet. And then I realized that Sanskrit is the only language of Bharat. And all the other languages used now are regional variations of Sanskrit only. Only in that sense, I am a Sanskrit scholar. I have no formal degree in Sanskrit. Now coming to the topic. This is about Vedic science. What is the method of science? Science is the first definition of technical words, measurement part, and verification of the theories. This is the basic method of science. So, where from Vedic science starts? Where people question what is proof that Veda is included science. In my view, Gayatri Mantra is the complete proof of Vedic science in itself. When at the age of 5 or 6, I was having Yagyopavit Sanskar. We are taught Gayatri Mantra and 7 lokas are recited. Then only, due to some past life study, I had doubt where from 7 lokas are named. Without measurement, there will be only 2 lokas, earth and sky. If we are naming 7 lokas, it means that their measurements are accurately known. Second thing is that normally all chandas in Sanskrit or any other language are of 4 parts, 4 padas. Gayatri Mantra is only of 3 padas. Why? Because first pad describes the cosmic system, which is called Adhidaiva. Second part describes Adhibhautik, which is visible on earth. Third part is Adhyatmic, within our human body. These 3 world systems are image of each other. This is the basic understanding of foundation of all the sciences. In that sense, Vedas are called Sarva Vidya Pratishtha in Mundakopanishad beginning. So, my father told that don't dispute. I will show you where measurements are given. So at the age of 6 and 7, I studied about 8 Puranas and read mostly about measurement parts. Measurements are given, but in what units? It took me 40 years to understand what are the units. So after understanding the units of measurement, I gave an article to Melkot Rashtriya Sanskrit Academy Research Journal. For 2.5 years, they disputed that there was no measurement in Vedic period. People were illiterate. There was no script in Vedas, etc. These objections. So I gave them about more than 500 references with numerical references only, and asked them where is my error in translation. So finally, they admitted that this article can be published with comment that my views are totally wrong and their only author is responsible. With this remark, my article was published. Peculiarity of that article was that 3 measurements of solar system given in that article were not known in modern astrophysics till then. When I was a student of MSc Physics in 74, we were taught that solar wind comes up to Earth orbit, which causes magnetic storm, etc. In next year, 75, it was known that it goes up to Mars orbit. Still, against my own study, I wrote as per Vedic literature that solar wind goes up to Uranus orbit, which was confirmed 8 years after publication of my article in 2008. Second thing was that people might have known that Pluto was removed from the list of planets, because in 2008 it was estimated by Cassini probe of NASA that there are 70,000 plutonic bodies of 100 kilometer diameter or more at a distance of 56 to 65 astronomical units. I had given the same estimate as per Vedic literature that there are 60,000 Balakilyas of more than 135 kilometers diameter at the average distance of 60 astronomical units. So this was also known 8 years after publication of my research. Third part, size of solar system, written in my article, is unknown till today. Actually, there is no boundary wall. It depends on definition, what should be the size of solar system. Other persons also have tried to decipher the lengths or measures. But basic error was that we are accustomed to accept only one view. We are not ready to accept the alternative view. So we were explaining, or scholars were explaining, only by one yojan or one yuga. There are 7 types of yojans, 7 types of yugas. That should be understood. Like in Bhagavad Puran, basically I got the idea from Bhagavad Puran only. Brahma praised Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Kwahang tamo mahadhang kacharag nivarbho samveshtitandaghat saptavitastikaya. Saptavitastikaya. Every man measures 7 vitasti, a span of palm, by his own measure. That is for human body. What is Brahma for the space? Earth is Bhulok, solar system is Swarlok, galaxy is Janalok. All these lokas are one vitasti only. So vitasti must be of 7 types, because all these lokas are successively bigger, starting from Earth. So then I searched the similar reference in Vedic literature, Asyavami Sukta. Sapta yunjanti rathame kachakro eko ashro vahati saptanama. The second mantra of Asyavami Sukta in Rig Veda. So yunjanti, yuj dhatu gives yuga and yojan both. Both are derived from yuj. So 7 yugas and sub. Eko ashro vahati saptanama. Flow of ashra has been called Kal in 2 Kal Suktas of Atharved, 19 chapter, 53 and 54. So Kal is called ashra. Motion of ashra is called Kal. In modern physics also, the motion is a method of measuring of Kal. Then how to identify the 7 units of length? Firstly, we should think about the units of measurement in modern physics. That used to be the first chapter of textbooks of physics. Now it is not so. There are different style. Units and dimension used to be the first chapter in physics textbooks. Firstly, you come to meter. First measurement was foot, inch, yard, etc. That is based on human measure of human foot, or finger width, etc. Secondly, meter. Meter has 4 definitions. Part of Earth size means 1 crore part of the distance between equator and North Pole. Then there was some error. Then wavelength of light, and then speed of light. Latest definition is as per the speed of light. It was possible only when speed of light was accurately measured by Kerr cell experiment in modern physics. It is only about 40 years old definition. Surprisingly, Bhagavad Puran gives definition of time and space according to speed of light. Skand 3, chapter 11. It tells that 1 yojan is the distance traveled by light in 1 truti of time. So this definition is possible only when speed of light is accurately measured. Then another peculiar thing, Sakalah Paramanurvay Yo Bhunkte Paramanutam. What is Paramanu of time? That is the time taken by light ray in covering the Paramanu of matter. What is Paramanu of matter? 7 levels of world are defined smaller than the human body, successively 100,000 parts smaller. Dhyan Bindu Upanishad, Balagra Shatasahasram Tasya Bhagasya Bhagina Tasya Bhagasya Bhagardhang Tat Chayetu Niranjanam. Reverse way, Rishibhya Pitaro Jata Pitribhyo Devadanava Devebhyascha Jagat Sarvam Charang Sthananu Purvasa. That is in Manusmriti. So Rishi is the smallest part, which is called string, modern string theory in physics. What is its size? 7 levels below human body, successively 100,000 times smaller. So if average length and width of human body is 1.3 meters, then size of Rishi will be 1.3 into 10 to the power minus 35 meters. This is called Planck's length in modern quantum mechanics. And the time traveled by, taken by light to cover this distance has been defined as Sakalah Paramanurvay Yo Bhunkte Paramanutam. Time taken by light to cover this distance is 10 power minus 43 seconds. That is also called Planck's time. And Stephen Hawking's book, Brief History of Time, that is popular science book, starts history of time from that unit only, 10 power minus 43 seconds. So this is beauty of measurements. I was surprised how this was possible to measure. So like foot inch system, this Indian method also was based on human measurement only. We used to define yojan as Bhaskaracharya yojan, Aryabhatta yojan, or Surya Siddhanta yojan, Aryabhatta yojan. They have been described as if it was personal choice of Aryabhatta or Bhaskaracharya. No unit of measurement is personal choice of any person or any sect. There was dispute that Jain Puranas are against Vedas, or Jain theory is against both Veda and Puranas, Vedic philosophy. But for units of measurement, all are same. In same country, there cannot be two meanings of meter and kilometer, or kilogram or gram. So a nation can work only if there is one system, irrespective of caste, creed, and philosophy. So for this purpose, I combined Jain mathematics, Surya Siddhant, Vedang Jyotish, Purana, and Vedas all, without any hesitation that some parts may be contradictory to each other. This is my method and my logic that units of measurement cannot be different in same society, or rather same world. So how this was missed? Because all the commentaries on astronomy were written by persons like me who have studied physics or mathematics as per the modern syllabus. We didn't bother to study the mathematics books written by Bhaskaracharya or others, Sripati, etc. Same Bhaskaracharya in his mathematics book Leelavati has used yojan based on human angul. According to that book, yojan means 16 kilometers approximately. Same Bhaskaracharya in Siddhanta Shiromani defines yojan as according to the size of earth. Peculiarly, he has given 2 sizes of yojan or measures of earth. He didn't understood himself what is the secret of 2 measures. First part he tells that this is the size of or paradhi of earth. Second part, Goladhyay, he tells that this is more accurate measurement. Actually, these two measures are ratio of polar circumference and equatorial circumference, which was not understood by Bhaskaracharya. He copied from the Agam tradition. At other places also he has given Bij Sanskar, means correction of mathematical calculation, in cycle of 12,000 years. There also Bhaskaracharya and Brahmagupta both have written that Agama eva pramanam nanyatha vaktum samartha. So our historic yuga was of 12,000 years according to them. And in that cycle only calendars were calculated. This is the basic meaning of his Bij Sanskar. So there is dispute whether yuga is of 12,000 solar years or 12,000 Divya years. For mathematical purpose and Panchang calculation, as per Bhaskaracharya and Brahmagupta both, yuga is only of 12,000 solar years. For astronomical or geological measurement, yugas are of 12,000 into 360 solar years. That is Divya Yuga. In Puranas also, it is written, Devebhyastri ya oshadibhya jata devebhyastri yugang pura. When the plants came on earth, they came 3 yugas earlier, before yuga. Here yuga means manvantar. It cannot mean kalp, which is creation period. So next smaller unit is manvantar. So about 1 crore, about 100 crore years ago, plants appeared on earth. This is almost the modern estimate also. Similarly, Nilmat Purana tells when Himalaya arose from ocean. It was called Sati Sagar, which has become Tethys Sea. And Nilmat Purana has given the same estimate, which is the estimate of modern geology. Himalaya was born in Pleistocene period. These are the measurements which are highly accurate. But in same Vedas, like Dirghtama Sukta, it tells that Dirghtama gave this Sukta or formula in 10th Yuga of his life. So for human life, Yuga cannot be 43,20,000 years. Here Yuga means only 5 years. That is smallest Yuga. So Dirghtama gave this Sukta in 10th Yuga, means about 50 years of his age. And that is the meaning. For human purpose, Yuga cannot be in astronomical Yuga given in Surya Siddhanta, etc. So
You have 5 minutes, Upadhyay.
So there are other methods like velocity of light. Dham yojan, there is one dham yojan. Like solar system size is given, Trinshat dham avirajate vak patangaya dhiyate. So size of solar system is taken as 30 dhams, where what is a solar system? Where its light is more than the background of galaxy. Dham is defined in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad chapter 3, part 3, that each dham is twice the dham of previous dham. So starting from earth, you double it 30 times, means 2 power 30 into earth size is solar system. This is the definition, one definition. So it is measured in chandas also. Like solar system is 3 parts of Trishtup Chand, 11 into 3. 3 dhams are within earth, 30 dhams are outside. Maharlok measure is complete Trishtup Chand of 44 letters. Size of galaxy is Jagati Chand. Jagati Chand is 48 letters. Minus 3, 45. And Chand is actually up to 2 more or 2 less. So accurately, what measures are given in Kathopanishad, it is about 2 power 46.3 into earth size. Almost 49, because these zones are called 49 maruts. Similarly, size of Tapahlok, which is called visible universe, that also is given. and the details are given in my slides. I have just told that there are yugas from 5 years to 43,20,000 years. I will not go into detail. I will just tell about the Panchang system. Like we ask, when is Ganesh Chaturthi? Answer is that it is on 7th August. We never asked when will be 7th August, because 7th August will always come after 6th August. But Ganesh Chaturthi may not come after Tritiya Tithi. So there has to be two parallel systems of calendar. Successive day count was called Shaka, and calculation of lunar dates, Tithis, was called Samvat. Samvat means Samvatsarati. It moves as per the successive day count. So successive day count was Shak, but since British rule, it has been propagated that Shaka meant only the calendar used by foreign Shak invaders. Everybody, astronomer, uses Yudhishthir Shak, and many times in same sentence, they tell that it is by foreign invaders. How Yudhishthir Shak can be by foreign Shakas? Well, many times they are used in same sentence. First they quote Yudhishthir Shak, then they tell that it is by foreign invaders. So this is the basic thing, and my slides are very long. I cannot display the whole thing. These are the summary of my lectures given in Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore, 2 lectures, and 5 lectures in BHU, Varanasi, and 1 lecture in National Physical Laboratory, Delhi. Thank you.
Just looking at the tree, we can count the number of trees, means number of leaves in that. So these things are simple things at that time. So there was a mechanism where they can still be here, but a part of the physical existence goes to different planets and sees there and come back and tells that this is how it was. So maybe during that particular time, 2 different people of different physique, for example, Ashtavakra, just for example's sake, he is short and different thing. If he uses his human mechanism to go and there, he will have a different measurement. But if a person who is tall, he uses his own mechanism to go there and he will have his own thing. So there was no particular thing calibrated maybe. Maybe some things were standardized. That is, I feel, sir, maybe that was the cause of differences in measuring units. Is this a foolish thing or there is a possibility in this?
No, measurements were in ancient time were almost like the present system of measurement. And some measurement methods are still beyond our guesswork. Like there is a verse in Rigved that our link with sun is with light rays. And it goes and returns 3 times in 1 muhurt. Approximate distance of sun is 15 crore kilometers. Velocity of light is 3 lakhs kilometers per second. So it takes about 8 minutes to go to sun and again 8 minutes to return. So 16 minutes going and returning, and in 1 muhurt it goes and returns 3 times in 1 muhurt. Triryat divah parimuhurt magat. It is explained in Brahmans, etc. Similarly, then Yajurved and Chandogya Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, they explain that this link by light rays is modified by influence of planets, and their color and direction changes. This change of color and direction is called frequency modulation, polarization.
So what I meant to say was, for example, there are external bodies. Means sun is there, moon is there, and some other planet is there. So these are standard, having standard volumes, lengths. So with reference to that, calculation will always be standard. But with reference to the human anguli or physical, it may vary. That was the doubt.
No, it will not vary. Like,
okay, sir.
Like foot and yard.
Okay, sir.
They are standardized.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
And measurements were like first survey of earth was done.
Uh-huh.
Guntur was one of the main places.
Okay.
Gunt is measure of land. Ur is town. So this was the center of measurement, land survey. So it was called Guntur. And it has given to word Guntar chain used in surveying.
Achha, achha.
Guntakal, Ranchi, Karachi, Rohtak, all these names are related with surveying. There is a chapter 3 Prashnadhikar, latitude, longitude and direction. Then distance of moon and other planets were calculated. Distance of galaxy was calculated. One basis is there, that the distance at which sun will look like an average star will be the diameter of galaxy. In Surya Siddhanta, it is told, Yavat Dinakaras Chakara Prasara. Then it gives the accurate size of galaxy.
In olden days, we are having time measurements, and now we are having seconds, minutes, hours. But olden days, what is the time measurement, sir?
In Shatpat Brahman, part 12, there is a unit of time given by Vidwan Barkali. Barkali looks like a foreign name. He was not Indian, like there is Berkeley University. So Berkeley has divided one muhurt by 15 times at each step. 15 power 8 parts of time was called Svedayan. Tavanta ete stoka varshanti, he has written in Svedayan is about 11,20,000 parts of a second. And raindrops fall up to that distance, about 270 meters. This is not given in any book on meteorology, but this is the average distance of falling of raindrops.
Oh, now for understanding me, sir, suppose if I take 1 minute, how I correlate to in olden days, sir? Now today 1 minute, suppose equal to olden days, how to correlate that, sir? 1 minute, suppose if I take example.
1 day length is divided into 30 parts. That is called one muhurt. That is 48 minutes. And detailed units are given in all the books of astronomy. They start from Asu. Asu is a breathing cycle, about 4 seconds. So smaller units are called Amurt. Bigger units are called Murt. There is a big classification given in many texts.
మీరు తెలుగా?
Yes, sir.
నేను ఎప్పుడూ అందరికీ చెప్తూ ఉంటాను, మీ దృష్టితో సృష్టిని చూడకండి, సృష్టి మీ దృష్టి కావాలి. వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ హ్యావ్ స్టడీడ్ నౌ, ది సెకండ్స్ అండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈస్ కేమ్ ఓన్లీ ఫ్రమ్ బ్రిటిషర్స్ టైమ్. వీ హ్యావ్ అవర్ ఓన్ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్, లిప్త, విలిప్త, ప్రలిప్త, so much knowledge, time calculation. Not only that, even in Gurukulas, Rishyashramas, they calculate time. One Pandit always recites one sukta. For example, if one Pandit will be on the continuous reciting of Gananantva Ganapadagan Bhavamahe, if they do that mantra, that will give the time. So one mantra, how much time, that is calculated in muhurtas. We are looking the ancient knowledge with modern goggles. So that is the problem. We don't have any understanding about what we have, what we had. So please do some exercise. Whatever your questions now, internet is so much of information is available. Everything is. And I am very sorry, Upadhyay ji. Actually, his slides are remaining. Slides are no time to play. You go through our link. We will give the link and recorded that presentation is recorded. Thank you, Arun Kumar Upadhyay ji.
Hello, sir. Before going to that session, can you answer to my question?
Please.
Nowadays, we have clocks in every home. So, in olden days, what instrument we used to have to know the time?
Do you know Konark temple?
Konark, yes, sir. Sun's temple.
Sundial is there. And in Rajasthan, there is also Sundial. Every era, every time of time, they have their own calculation.
What was that instrument? I wanna know. That's it. Like now we have clocks.
Only Surya Gamana. Surya Gamana is the time.
Okay, sir. One more thing I wanna get to know. I mean, like we know that Aristotle gave us one statement that is like every object will be in the rest until we apply any external force. Actually, this statement is given by Aryabhatta when he was giving us the number 0. Now we know that it is given by Aryabhatta actually, but still, after knowing the actual name of our ancient scholar, we are not erasing the Aristotle names and we are not writing the Aryabhatta's name. So can I know our future generation will be knowing the actual science of our India, or else like we'll be studying only about Aristotle?
That is our effort. I appreciate.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate like all other students. Please follow her.
Oh my God. Thank you, sir.
Because we should know our history.
Yes, sir.
We should know our culture, tradition, heritage. Everything should know. You demand government.
Yes, sir. We want to erase this all names. Aristotle, Galileo, and Newton. We want our names back.
Yes. You just everyone, please, in registration hall, there are video is continuously going. Whoever you are saying, before that, who Maharshi invented that? The first inventor of in every branch of science. We are just that the video is going on. Please go through.
I have a little objection to the statement that Aryabhatta has invented 0. It's actually a serious objection. You can date the era of Aryabhatta, say 1500 years or 1000 or 2000 years, that's it. At least we all should be naive and confident and honest enough to admit that Vedas predate Aryabhatta. Am I right? Then what happens? Shatagasvaha, Sahasragasvaha, Agitagasvaha, Nigutagasvaha, Pragitagasvaha. At least the 0 to the power of 16 or 18 are already mentioned in Veda. If Ravana has 10 heads, then how did we get the number 10? If Kauravas were 100, how did we get those numbers? Of course, the mathematics part of it, Aryabhatta might have improvised, but it is wrong to say that Aryabhatta has introduced 0. It is utterly wrong. Vedas have that numbering system, numerical system. The way we write them might change a bit, but we have greater numbers. The Kharva, Parardha, Padma, Mahapadma, Samudra, and we have got greater numbers, at least I can say, so up to some 32 zeros we have calculated. So therefore, let us be out of this notion. Thank you.
Thank you, Vamshiji.
Just a suggestion, sir. At least from the time she told about Aristotle or something, from there at least they have come to Aryabhatta. Let us appreciate. From there they will go back. If you want them to go from here straight to old times, that may be difficult. At least I appreciate they have come up to this level. So in future we will take them to still higher level. Thank you.
Thank you. It's a good interaction. Actually, we have limitation of time. Otherwise, I enjoy this interaction with students. It is a great honor to introduce Dr. Sai Giridhar, who is a CEO of Shirdi Sai Samartha Trust, Haridwar, and also a seasoned coach and consultant with a PhD in clinical biochemistry. He blends scientific exercise with spiritual wisdom to guide individuals and organizations towards personal and professional growth. As an ICF certified coach, he offers mindfulness, meditation, and wellness programs globally. His focus on human values and transformative techniques has made him a sought-after speaker and coach. Please join me welcoming Dr. Sai Giridhar He's a great coach and has a deep scientific knowledge.
Shivam Sarvarupadharam Shantam Sarvanamadharam Shivam Satchitananda Advaitam Satchitananda Advaitam Satyam Shivam Sundaram. At the very outset, this invocatory prayer that was made represents the highest potential that each of us here hold. The prayer says, Sarvarupadharam Shantam. I have assumed all the forms in the entire creation, and yet I am the silent substratum, the unassuming substratum. Sarvanamadharam Shivam. Since I have assumed all the forms, every form goes with a name, isn't it? For example, from the students, what is this? Youngsters, what is this? A podium. It has a form, it has a name. What is this? A remote or a pointer. It has a form, it has a name. Like that you see around you, including your own body, anything that has a form has a name. Do you agree? Yes. I have assumed all the forms, and therefore all the names are mine, and all names are auspicious. And yet, I am not many. I am only one without a second. This beautiful invocation actually is invoking the highest potential in each one of us here. As a transformational life coach, I see this time and again, that the potential that is available to each one of us is infinite and equally available to all. But then there can be clouds of doubt, disbelief, probably lack of effort in order to bring out that potential from within. But this infinite potential that the Vedas talk about, in Purusha Suktam, this potential is described in an extraordinary manner. It says, Sahasrashirusha Purushaha Sahasrakshas Sahasrapat Sabhumim Vishvato Vritva Atyatishtat Dashangulam Purusha Evedagum Sarvam Yad Bhutam Yascha Bhavyam Utamritatvasyeeshanaha Yadanne Natirohati Etavanasya Mahima Atho Jayagascha Purushaha Padosya Vishwa Bhutani Tripadasyamritam Divi. In this extraordinary revelation by the sages, they say that the potential that truth has, and they are describing truth as our own true nature, is Sahasra Shirusha Purushaha, the one with 1,000 heads, Sahasraksha Sahasrapat. What they are again trying to point at is the same thing, that we have an ability to tap within ourselves in such a way that all potentialities of the creation infinite possibilities of the creation become available to us. And that is, again, I repeat this again and again, especially for my beloved brothers and sisters, the youngsters there, this potentiality is in you. But then, if you're not face to face with this as yet, or at least not to its full extent, in today's topic, we will be exploring ways in which we can expand our horizons. So you must understand, there were beautiful questions asked. Mananiya Upadhyay ji gave beautiful description of how the ancients did the measurements and calculations. I have had the good fortune of meeting some of the most extraordinary Himalayan masters who are not otherwise available in the open. And the kind of intricate knowledge they had about the creation is unparalleled. Some of the information, as Sir said, is still not available with us. But the question is, they don't have any advanced instruments like all of us scientists have. How did they know? And this question always intrigued me. And that is where I came across Kabir Das ji's beautiful pointing. You know, Kabir Das ji was an illiterate. And there were many greats like that in this country. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, another great master. He couldn't even sign his name, but he was able to create somebody like the great Vivekananda, who represented our nation worldwide. You see, these great masters, Kabir Das ji, for example, says, Ik sade sab sade. If you are able to tap into this one and realize this one, everything can be known. In fact, in the Kathopanishad, the great sage Udalaka tells his son Shvetaketu the same thing. Have you learned that one thing, knowing which all that is known and all that is unknown can be known? Can you imagine the extent of possibilities that is being explored in this statement? All that is known itself, we must in all humility agree we cannot know. In fact, in one subject, we cannot know everything. And it is our constant effort to, have a delta incremental knowledge in whatever we are trying to study, with the best of the scientific methodologies. But then here the sage is asking his son, have you known that one thing by knowing which all that is known and all that is unknown can be known? What is that one thing? And that is the exploration of this session, because I have been privileged, all of us have been privileged since yesterday to listen to some of the great scientists who have assembled here, great philosophers and teachers who have assembled here. But we must understand whether it was the sages of the yore or some of the greatest scientists of the current time, all of them had the same instrument, that is this human body, and the same potentiality. And guess what? All of us also have the same instrument. So what we are going to explore in this session is, how can we enhance this instrument without limitation? And probably look at some aspects that do limit us. So one concept which was taken up for the G20 meet last year, it is not a concept but actually a truth that resonates all around us, and we need to see if we have the eyes to see it. And that will be one of the explorations here. And that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. I bow down to my master, Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, who made me whatever I am, both a scientist and a seeker of truth. And I see that absolute potential in all of you. So before I begin this presentation per se, I take this opportunity to bow down to each one of you as the highest potential. Thank you for honoring me with your presence today. Thank you. Yeah, so a broad outline, we are going to explore some absolute fundamentals in order to understand science and spirituality. And we'll take a deep dive into the topic. And the third point is of real interest to me. You know, being an academician, scientist, teacher, you know, one day I had this moment in my life, I felt, okay, enough of talking to people, right? What is in my experience, can that be passed on to somebody else? That became my passion. So, experientially, let's explore how to change our experience of the world and to bring out the best from us, right? So, let's explore the fundamentals to begin. So, this is a question to all of you. Can you all sit straight? Sit straight. So, firstly, youngsters, sitting straight has got tremendous power. Just keeping the spine straight, but relaxed, not strict and tight, but relaxed like a bamboo, right? From the base of your spine till the top of your head. Right? Very good. Sit as still as possible. Sit as still as possible. Unmoving. Wherever you are, sit as still as possible. Unmoving. Very good. Now let's explore this question. Are you moving now? Breakfast nahi hua? Yes, na? You're moving. Then sit still, don't move. Still you're moving. Okay, how are you moving? Okay, then at what speed are you moving? Okay, at the speed of Earth's rotation. Is that all? Tell me. Okay, let's explore. You see, 1670 kilometers per hour is the rotation of Earth around its axis. You're sitting on Earth, so naturally you're moving at that speed as well, right? But that's not all. 107,000 kilometers per hour is a revolution around the sun. That's also happening simultaneously. And guess what? 828,000 kilometers per hour around the galactic center. Our entire solar system is moving. And we think we are still, right? So you look at it, the way we perceive the world is a very personal story for us. It may not be the reality. This is a beautiful story that taught me this. You know, there was this man who was, who had a fight at home. I don't want to say who. Depending on your context, you can extrapolate. It could be the husband, it could be the wife, it could be the brother, it could be the sister, whoever, right? But then he had a fight at home and he wanted to be alone. So he went to the lake and got onto a boat and he was rowing, he went somewhere into the middle of the lake and he was writhing in anger and naturally blaming everybody else except himself. And suddenly from behind, somebody came and banged into his boat. Another boat, right? In another boat, somebody came and banged into his boat. And all that was penting up within himself suddenly burst forth, right? He turned around and shouted, "How dare you do this?" And when he turned around, it was an empty boat. An empty boat that just floated its way and hit his boat. And he was trying to see whom to blame, but there was nobody. It was just an empty boat, you see. And all his anger went puss. In the same way, in our life, we always try to find somebody to blame. Our perspective may not be the reality. But sometimes if we have the courage to turn around and see the reality, then our life itself might change after that, right? Another daily experience. What is in our experience? That sun rises in the east and sets in the west. Does the sun rise at all? No, we know that. So what we see as an absolute experience, nobody can deny that the sun rises. But it is not true yet, right? So this is something that I want you to explore as seekers of truth. Now the seeking can be in the external world where it's called science, or in the internal world where it is called the spiritual science or spirituality. But the seeking is the same, of the same nature. So we have reality and we have experience. Reality is that which is. Whatever is as it is reality. And what is experience? That which is perceived. What we think is the reality for us is the experience. Now the reality is actually independent of the sensory inputs. Now the sun is right there. Whether we see the sunrise or sunset, the sun is there, right? Do you agree? But the sunrise and sunset is based on the sensory experience. Without the senses, without your eyes, you cannot see the sunrise, right? As simple as that. And the experience is based on these 5 inputs that we gain through the 5 senses. And if you see, all the senses that we create in science also have to cater to one of these for us to understand the characteristic of whatever we are studying. What is the Shabda, sound, Sparsha, touch, Rupa, form, Rasa, taste, Gandha, smell. Because these are the only instruments through which we know this world. And let's do a hypothetical experiment, all of you. Are you in for it? Great. Now do this experiment, hypothetical. For a moment, right? Imagine your sense of touch completely is gone. Like anesthesia, general anesthesia, but you're awake. Right? Your sense of touch is completely gone. Your sense of, I'm going to tell hearing last because then you shouldn't stop hearing me. The sense of seeing is, sight is completely gone. The sense of smell, just do this with me. Just visualize it's gone fully, right? Just for 30 seconds. It's completely gone. The sense of smell is completely gone. Sense of taste is completely gone. And finally, the sense of hearing, sound, is completely gone. And all the memory associated with anything to do with sound, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha is completely erased from you. Now describe the world to me. Can you? You see? There is no world of experience without Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. This is what the sages said. This you can actually check, hypothetically at least, because right now you have all the senses. But in your deep sleep, for example, in Shushupti, deep sleep, you see that there is no experience at all. Have you experienced deep sleep? Yeah? So what was your experience in deep sleep? Anything, because there is nothing that was experienced, you see. So when there are no senses to evaluate the data that's coming through the 5 senses, right? When there is no mind, that is the software that absorbs all of these inputs, you don't know what the world is. We're coming to that. So you look at this, your entire experience is based on these 5 senses. Now tell me, are they reliable? Are they reliable? Not really. Depending on whether you're wearing specs or not, what power it is. So I'm wearing a specs. Now I remove this. I'm not very sure in the 14th and 15th row who is sitting. I have eyes, but I can't see still, right? So I need some add-ons in order to, see this. So all senses, our audibility is different. You know that animals and birds have different capacities in terms of these 5, right, to us. So what we are trying to drive at is, first of all, we are perceiving the world through a highly limited instrument or set of instruments, right? And they are not the same for everybody. They vary in their degrees of efficiency. And through that, we decide that whatever I have accumulated is the absolute truth. That is not scientific. You see? So let's give ourselves the scope to be true seekers of truth, right? So truth itself, is described in 3 ways. Satyam or truth is that which does not change with 3 periods of time. This is the absolute, the consciousness that we are talking about. And the consciousness in the manifest world is called rhythm, which expresses itself as an order. You see the cosmic intelligence. There must be some intelligence in the world. It's impossible that the creation is happening like in a dumb way, like on its own. It's not possible. Just walk around and see the plants. What tremendous intelligence. You throw seeds into soil and it becomes a plant. It gives you beautiful flowers, the colors, the texture, unimaginable, right? It can't be a dumb thing. I don't know what the debate is about really in this. Because the point is, we may say it may not be the intelligence like the human intelligence, that's true. But then, can we not open our eyes and see that something fantastic is happening in this creation not by you and me for sure. Right? So there is something there. So that intelligence, if you want to call it intelligence or whatever, it is called rhythm or cosmic order. But where the truth kind of overlaps with our daily experience is what is called as nijam or fact. The fact is something that may be true in a context, in Deshakala Paristiti, in a context, in a circumstance and time, but it can change. For example, somebody is wearing a red dress today, right? So you say that person is wearing a red top. Is it true forever? No, but in this moment it may be true. See, that is a fact. It may not be true across periods of time, but in this given moment it is true. So that is a fact. So we kind of constrain fact to the box of Deshakala Parasthiti. That is situation, time and space, right? Now let's look at what's all this to do with the topic that we want to explore, that is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Right? This is a beautiful shloka, and we need to know the whole shloka, not just the phrase Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, in order to explore this. It says, Ayam nijaha paro veti ganana lagu chetasam udara charitanam tu Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. What a beautiful shloka is this. It says, this is mine or not mine, calculate those with a small mind, it is said. Means those who are only tapping into their limited potential. This is me, this is all that I know, the whole world is just about what I know. That is small mind, lagu chetasam. And it says, such a mind would only say, this is me and this is not me. This is mine and this is not mine. Then it goes on to say, those with exalted character, udara charitanam, those great beings, whether they are scientists or sages whom we extol, you will recognize this quality in them, that they are able to see the whole world as a family. The whole earth is family. I have a slight variation to this as an interpretation. Say, those with exalted character indeed see all as family, as is nature. Nature is like that only. Nature is so beautiful that if you take an axe to cut the tree is still giving you shade. The tree is, if it's a sandalwood tree, it will give you even the axe, it will give the sandalwood fragrance. The whole nature is constantly working to support us. We pollute the nature, but still the trees are trying to, take the carbon dioxide in, make it as compatible as possible for us to survive. Yes or no? If the nature does not support us, can we survive? It's impossible, you see. So in nature does not consider human beings as alien to itself. No, though we behave like that. But human beings who's very much part of the nature, but bestowed with a unique intelligence aspect, is unable to recognize this, that actually we are just part of the nature. So what is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? In short, in human experience it is, there is only one religion, the religion of love. There is only one caste, the caste of humanity. There is only one language, the language of the heart. There is only one God and He is omnipresent, you see. This story is quite famous. I'm not going to go into it because of the time. But you know how the Parsis entered India. All of you are familiar? If not, Google it. You will know. But the point here is, it is the culture of Bharat to always include everybody. It has never been for us to exclude people in our life. So let's see, what do we expect from a family, right? From a family, we expect these aspects, these qualities. Our family must be nurturing. Our family must be caring, protecting, mutual dependence, belongingness. Do you agree? You expect all this from your family. You look at nature. How nurturing is nature? It provides all the food and vanaspati that we need for our survival. Even if you are in ill health, nature provides what we need, right? Even as scientists, what we do, biomimics. We try to mimic the nature. We take natural products from the nature and then convert it into products that help humanity. Caring the shade of the tree, protecting ozone. I don't have to elaborate all of this. Even at body level, look at how nature functions. extraordinary, if a thorn pricks your leg, does your right hand feel, no, the thorn pricked the left leg, this is right hand, why should I go and remove it? Does it feel like that? No, they function very differently, they look very differently. But the whole body functions as a family. You see that? That is how nature is. And we are nature. So this is a very interesting study that happened in Rayalaseema, Puttaparthi, the place where I did my studies. This study was, of course, done by one of my teachers. So there is high fluoride content in the water. And look at how nature works. Because of high fluoride content, you know that when they're cooking with the same water, that fluoride can get into the system and it can cause fluoride toxicity in the body. And guess what helps eliminate fluoride toxicity? High protein diet, tamarind. These are two things that help eliminate fluoride from the system. And guess what? In this region, which is very arid region of Rayalaseema, the two crops that grow naturally, the farmers don't know the science. It just grows there well, they make it. They are making their living out of it. You know what are the two crops? One is groundnut, another is tamarind. You'll find so many tamarind trees, you'll find groundnut growing so freely, especially if you go into the rural areas of Rayalaseema, you'll see these big, bullock carts with groundnut harvests, huge. And you'll find all these kids running around there and taking free groundnuts from there and, going. Nature takes care like that, you see. So our entire journey as a seeker is this. It's literally this much. From Lagu Chetasam, like limited mindset, from a small mindset, we must gravitate to an exalted character, Vishala Bhavam. And that gravitation happens through awareness. So how do we make this awareness happen? Two aspects. You expand your heart. Vishala Bhavam. Include as many people as you can. As much part of the creation, all animals, plants, in your heart, you include them. So that whatever you work, yesterday sir spoke about intention. And that intention is so powerful, you see. Have Vishala Bhavam. And the second aspect is Ekagrata, absolute focus. In fact, you will find these two qualities in the greatest of scientists and sages. They had Vishala Bhavam, inclusive nature, and they had absolute focus in what they did. You see, these are the two qualities that I would encourage all of you to nurture. And how do you do that? That is the important part. Very simple exercise I'll give you as a life coach. Every morning, wake up, write down in your note, have a note next to your bed. Write down in the note the 5 people you can remember without whose efforts you could not have gone through your day. Right? It could be the milkman, it could be the dhobi, it could be your mother, it could be anybody that comes to your mind. But write the names of the 5 people. 5 is a minimum, you can go on with the list, right? But take a minute and express gratitude to all of them. That expands your heart, you see. And gratitude is shown to also lead to great levels of wellness, scientifically shown. That those who practice this gratitude, the feel-good hormones in them are in much higher levels, and therefore they are much more, better states of wellness for them as well. And the second aspect is from the Yoga Sutra, Yogas Chitta Vritti Nirodha, Tada Drashtu Swarupe Avasthanam. This is such a powerful, these two sutras. Actually, you can stop Yoga Sutra there, in some sense. But then, if only we were that intelligent. What it says is, if you are able to withdraw yourself from the whirlpools of your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Just the data you collected and you keep running them around in your head. So that whirlpool, if you're able to distance yourself from that, tada drashtu swarupe avasthanam, then the consciousness rests in itself, in its original nature. And that is when you tap into the intuition of what the data is also not telling you. And new discoveries happen from that space. And in conclusion, can I just have 12 seconds of your time in a simple practice that combines both these techniques for you. And it is called thumb meditation. Thumb meditation. You all have thumb, so it's easy. you need your thumb and you need 12 seconds of time wherever you are, right? What you need to do, sit straight, hold your thumb in front, right? Just look at the thumb. You don't have to do anything else. Just look at the thumb. I'll keep time. Ready? 12 seconds, start. Stop. What just happened? You see, some of you may have thoughts running around, some of you may have felt absolute stillness already, right? Depending on how you are now. But you see, this is probably the easiest way. So 12 seconds of this practice is one dharana, means concentration. 12 into 12, 2 minutes 24 seconds of continuous undeterred attention is one dhyana, not meditation, contemplation. And into 12, which is around 27 minutes and 42 seconds, is one samadhi, which is called meditation. You see? Just focused attention, don't involve with any thought. With this simple practice, you can just extend the time as you feel like. Do it as often as you can through the day. You have a study to do, you have a work to attend to, just pause for a moment, focus for 12 seconds at least, and go ahead and see what difference it makes in your life. So 2 practices, what are they, students? Gratitude, and second practice, thumb meditation. Make this part of your life and see how it changes, how you start discovering your potential more and more. Thank you so much.
We have conducting for last 20 weeks, like this eminent Arun Upadhyay ji and Sai Giridhar, eminent scholars who can give the real essence of the life and Vedic knowledge. So please register your names. We are continuing the webinars, weekly webinars, and we are giving 1 hour, even 1.5 hours to them, because this is not, it won't available in Google. Google will give only information, not experience. So register all names in our link, and thank you Sai Giridhar ji. Next session, Dr. Shuchi Tiwari. She is Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, VNR Vigyan Jyoti Institute of Engineering Technology, Hyderabad. The great honor to introduce Dr. Shuchi Tiwari, who has done her PhD from Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya, Jabalpur, and her postdoctoral fellowship at Osmania University, Hyderabad. With over 16 years of experience in teaching undergraduate and postgraduate classes, her future research interests include green energy, desalination, membranes, and 3D printing materials. Dr. Tiwari has a strong publication record in international and national journals, has authored educational books, and actively participates in conferences and reviews and manuscripts of various journals. She is recognized for her excellent communication skills, teamwork, and commitment to mentoring and education. Additionally, she is involved in teaching courses on happiness and well-being, emphasizing the holistic development of students. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Shuchi Tiwari, who is a great teacher and has a deep publication record.
Happy morning, everyone. I think this given more relaxing and favorite sound to everyone. Happy Sunday morning. Thank you so much, my kind introduction. Before begin my talk, I would like to share my feeling. I have a very little knowledge about the Vedic concepts and some more familiar with the chemistry. I may not able to justify it to the expert level. Please consider me. But I choose this topic because I am passionate about this one. So my today talk is the Vedic alchemy, tracing the root of green chemistry, because now the green chemistry and sustainable chemistry, one of the buzzwords. So that I will take it in that one. Next. So before starting my talk, I just give at a glance of my college. I am from the Vienna VJIET. This college is established in the 1995, and they have more than 6,000 students, and the 420 faculties are there. And we have the branches of almost all engineering except chemical engineering. If you're seeing, there is automobile engineering, civil engineering, computer science, CSC, IML, IoT, and DSAI, electronics engineering, triple engineering, or information technology and mechanical engineering. These are the branches in that college. So in my talk, I cover the content that is coming from the abstract, introduction, and then the Vedic literature review. After that, the bridging ancient wisdom with the modern green and sustainable chemistry, and challenges and opportunities in the interpreting with the Vedic chemical knowledge. Because our mindset, we have the challenges and opportunities is also there, and the conclusion of this one. So in the abstract, I covered examine the chemical insights from the ancient Vedic texts, basically focusing on the Rashasas, their alignment with the modern green chemistry principles. What are the green chemistry principles? How we can align with that? And then highlight the ancient practices related to the showcasing the relevance to the contemporary sustainability efforts. And the third one, explore the historical evolution to chemical thoughts, aiming to inspire innovative approach by the integrating ancient wisdom with the modern science. So when I planning to do this, write the manuscript, I brainstorm and decided on the few key factors. So first I'll decide what is the purpose of doing this research. So it is the purpose, explore the benefits and challenges of the integrating historical perspectives into the modern scientific research and education. Then I will think which area I have to focus for that talk. Investigate how the ancient texts like Vedic alchemy knowledges might inspire the sustainable practices. After that, we can, in the which context we have to do these things. So interest in the combining the ancient wisdom with the contemporary science to address the environmental issues. Then, what is the basic objective of all these things? We want to bridge the Vedic chemical insights in the modern green chemistry principles. Whatever the doubts, whatever the things that we have to be compiled with that Vedic concepts as well as our modern chemistry principles. Then we are going from the analysis, compare the Vedic chemical knowledge with the contemporary green chemistry practices. Then we can go for the more insight or more deeply, determine if ancient wisdom has the influence or the anticipated modern sustainable chemistry. That thought or that belief we have, then only we can do the work. Then what is the final goal of that one? Nurture the interdisciplinary understanding, not only the chemistry, there is a physics, biology, law, all these things are coming, and identify the historical roots in the chemistry for informing the modern scientific and the environmental ethics. So based upon that one, I prepare few questions that will give the shape of this talk. First question, what is the chemical knowledge can be derived from the Vedic text, and how does it connect to the principle of green and sustainable chemistry? Then, how do the alchemical practices described in the Vedic text align with the goal of contemporary and the sustainable developments? Then, does the study of the Vedic text contribute to a broader understanding of the historical evolution of the chemical thoughts and its impact on the modern green chemistry? And last, what are the implications of the integrating ancient alchemy wisdom with the modern scientific research, particularly in the green and scientific chemistry? So, after that, if you seeing from that one, that Vedic concepts almost cover all the fields. It will be not, and we know the Vedic text of the India written thousands years ago. When it is written, that is not known, but the 1,000 years ago, and it will be cover all the branches. It will be cover physics, chemistry, zoology, morphology, whatever the branches we have, A to Z, all the branches it will be covered. Then if we coming from the holistic alchemy, in the holistic alchemy, in the Vedic concept, integrate the transformation of the both material as well as the spiritual aspects of the existence, emphasizing balance and the harmony with the universe. This ancient approach combined the knowledge of the natural elements with the spiritual practices to achieve overall well-being and alignment. And third one, I will take the example which is from the Vedic text directly. Zinc metallurgy processes are there. So for this, there is the texts are available. They give the innovative sustainability. Ancient texts provide the alternative perspectives and the solution to the modern sustainability challenges emerging in the field of green chemistry. It is integrating challenges, translating the ancient practice into the modern context, demand the carefully consideration of the historical cultures and scientific factors. Alchemy, chemistry, Vedic practices offer the valuable lessons for the contemporary science, highlighting the origin of the sustainable practices and inspiring the future research. And this example, I will take it from the search only. So we know from this one, they are saying invented 2500 years ago, before the John Dalton, and they give the clear explanation about the Parmanu, explained in the dimension, motion, and even the chemical reactions of the Parmanu and its compound form. So after that, I will go for some small literature review. So there is a literature review. It is they are calling from the 2500 to 1500 BC. There is this is called the Indus Valley civilization, and is an early advancement in the metallurgy and the textile dyeing, foundation of the understanding of the chemical process. Then if you are saying from the 1000 to 500 BC, that is called the Vedic periods, and that time there's so many Vedic texts are written by, that is Rig Veda, Atharva Veda, describe the various chemical reaction substance, medicinal plants, and some alchemy concepts. Then it's coming from the 300 to 100 BC, that is called the classical period. There is a Charak Samhita, Shrishta Samhita, detail in the early chemistry, including metallurgy, pharmaceutical some synthesis, and the preparations of alkali. Then it is coming from the 500 to 1300, that is called the Maldiv periods, that is called the Rashashas, and ancient Indian alchemy texts discuss in the mercury purification, medicinal uses, and also giving the some modern inorganic chemistry, then periodic tables, all this is coming in this era. Then it is coming from the 1500 to 1600 CE, that is called the Mughal era. There is the all Indian alchemists advanced in the metallurgy and the chemical extraction techniques. They are taking from the influence from the global practices. Then it is coming from the 15 to 1800, that is called the colonial period. Western scientists and the Indian alchemy and the Ayurvedic incorporating the ancient chemical knowledge into the modern chemistry. Then it is coming from our present that we are knowing, that is called the 20th century. And the very important thing, there is a quantum chemistry and the Indian philosophical insights. Indian idea about the atom found in the Zen and Vygotsky philosophy have the similarity with the quantum chemistry, especially how they are studied particles. Then it is coming from maybe the 1980 onwards, we are going from this green chemistry and sustainable chemistry. There is a modern green chemistry inspired by the idea with the eco-friendly and reducing the environmental impacts. Similar to how the Ayurveda alchemy emphasizes using the natural practices and materials. Then this comes from our 21st century, that is the present biotechnology and nanotechnology. They are Asian Indian texts discuss the nanotechnology like concept anu and atom, which resonate with the modern advancement in this field. This integration of the Ayurvedic practice with the modern biochemistry is also going in the field of studies. So there is in the text and the literature, there is a philosophical foundation is also there. We know in the Vedic concepts, ideas are the nurture of existence of the material of world, then help the understand of the philosophical frameworks influencing the chemical thoughts. Then the cultural contribution will be there, highlight the ancient Indian civilization to contribute to the chemical knowledges, importance of the recognizing the multicultural origins and the global exchange in the idea in the science. Then the ethnobotanical knowledges contain the information about the plants and their uses, contribute to the chemical ecology or the history of the medicines. Then the alchemy precursors, so many metals, minerals and progress we are using in the early alchemy. Analyzing these references help to trace the origin of the evolution of the alchemy in chemistry. So these are some texts which is available that give the knowledge and that give the proofs also. So I just taking from the commonly that we are knowing. First is the Rig Veda, it's how it be related from the chemistry. First is from the cosmology and the elements. The Rig Veda contains that discuss the creation of the universe, which can be linked to the fundamental elements like earth, water, fire, air and ether. That also be the basis of the early alchemy theories. Then the natural substance, description of the natural elements like fire, can be interpreted as early observation of the chemical reactions, especially from the combustion. Then we coming from the Yajurveda. Yajurveda, it will be given the ritual and the chemical reactions. The Yajurveda is a primarily concerned with the ritual and the involved with the various substances like herbs, oil, metals, which were the subjects to heat and transformation. This process can be seen as early form in the chemical reactions. Metallurgy is a very common reference to use in the metal, which is directly related to the field of chemistry, particularly in the understanding the metallurgy and the material science. Then coming from the Samved, sounds and vibration, giving the music. In the Samved we are focusing on the music and chanting. The concept of sounds and its vibration can be connected to the study of frequencies, resonance and the effects of the sound on matter. A concept of the intersects with the modern chemistry and physics. Then the botanical chemistry, there is a reference in the use of plants and their extract, which can be linked to the study of the organic chemistry, particularly in the extraction and the uses of plant-based compounds. Then it is coming from the Atharvaveda. Generally, we know it is considered for the medicinal chemistry. That will be related to the health, healing, and the use of the various herbs, which is directly connected to the medicinal chemistry, including the references preparation of the herb treatments. And then is coming the alchemy. That is contains, so see the precursors, transform the substance, purification and making the compound with the specific properties. Then I'll just make it some, give in the ChatGPT and ask, make the picture, so they will make the picture from the comparative illustrative of the Vedic versus Western alchemy, highlighted the key differences between the two traditions, terms their focuses. So they will give from the West, they will give in the focusing the metal to the gold and the different making of the essence and juices, then refer the mercury as a fundamental substance. So highlighted the early understanding of the metal amalgam and the purifications associated with the complex extractions and the purifications, advanced knowledge of plant-based chemistry and extraction of there. Then what is the chemical insight in the Vedic? We already discussed. In the Rig Veda, they mention different metals, gold, silver, copper and iron. They indicated advanced understanding of these metals and properties. Describe the various alloy. We know that Trihola, it means there is a 3-metal alloy, shows the early understanding and the combining the metal enhanced properties. That knowledge influenced the development of the advanced metallurgical.
Dr. Shuchi, 3 minutes.
Yes. Delhi iron pillars, that is the example of this one, and then that is the Shrishta Samhita. And the modern techniques align with the contemporary with the water treatment principles. So these are the challenges we have. The important challenge is our terminology, what we know and what we are understanding. We know there is a very big debate for this Doha, that will be correct or not correct. It is up to you, that one. So for that, things are there. The first is the whatever the terminologies that we are using, that is the symbolic and mystical languages in complicated analysis. Then the differences between the metaphorical and actual chemical process is challenging. Lack of understanding terminologies, evolution of the languages from the effect of the transition accuracy. Then what are the opportunities are there? We have to integration the linguistic chemistry, archaeology and history. Use the advanced analytical techniques. We can go for the analysis of the ancient metal aircrafts. We can go for some phytochemical or maybe the chemoinformatics, maybe predictive analysis. All these things will help to give the accurate and the fact-based results. So after the, in the last, I will try to, whatever our Vedic chemistry, what is the green chemistry, that I will try to align with our SDG goals, Sustainable Development Goals. So I saw all 12 principles are aligned with the Vedic chemistry as well as the SDG goals. First you see the prevention of the waste, then the yajna will be there. There's a 2 goals are SDG goal 12 and 6 will coming. Then atomic economy, that will be Rasha Sastry will be explaining very well. That will be correlate with the SDG goal 9 and SDG goal 12. Then it is third green principle, that is the less hazardous chemicals. Naturally in the Vedic concept we are doing all these things that will be covered or correlate with the SDG goal 3 and SDG goal 15. Then design in the safer chemicals, that is also the Ashuddhani will be there, and that again this will be correlate with the SDG goal 3 and 14. Then the safer solvents, that is also utilize the water and milk solvents in the ritual and the medicinal that will come in the Vedic side. So here we have the clean water and sanitation, SDG goal 6 and 12.
Please conclude.
Yes, yes, sir. These are the design and engineering. All these are SDG goals are connecting with this one. So for the conclusion, I will say in this ancient wisdom and the modern chemistry, definitely there is a connection will be there. Exploration of the chemical insights in the texts. Relevance of the contemporary chemistry will be there. Bridging the ancient, modern, if we are doing the work, we are able to do it, finish it of this one. We can go for the potential and innovation work, and we can already synergize with our 21st century, what are the things are there. These are the generals, and this is, if we are making the alignment, then definitely we can come for the sustainable world. Thank you so much.
I invite Dr. E. Rajireddy Garu. He is a devotee of Aurobindo and the mother. Took up the task of spreading the awareness and importance of Somayagas in the society in the light of Sri Aurobindo, trying to do a scientific validation of the impact Somayagas on nature, environment, animals, human beings, and beyond. So I welcome Dr. E. Rajireddy Garu to deliver his speech.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. So this is Pravargya, a purification process of Agni, which is done in the Somayagas. So to begin with, I will start with this thing. How do you acquire the knowledge? Because so many people are there, students are there. I'm saying students are researchers. How do you acquire the knowledge? Can anyone tell me? Huh? So reading means somebody's experience. So just now our earlier friend told people, you acquire knowledge through senses. See, first what he told you people is, you acquire knowledge through your senses first. Sabda, Sparsha, all things he told you people know. And next, He said there are limitations of that. That is called Pratyaksha Pramanam. What he told next is, no, they are not reliable. So your Pratyaksha Pramana is not reliable. So what is the next one? Okay. Somebody told you, or something you experience, there is fire. And fire gives smoke. And when smoke is there, the inference is there is fire. That means another explanation. That's called Anumana. Through Anumana or inference, you acquire knowledge. And next comes Upamana. That means example. You say, some cat is there. So you have seen, say, a tiger in the forest. So how do you explain to an unknown person who has not seen the tiger, but commonly available thing is cat? By showing the cat, you will say, okay, tiger is like this. Okay, this is Upamana. This also you acquire knowledge. But next one is Shabda Pramana. Shabda Pramana for Vedas, for us, Vedas are Shabda Pramanam. What do you mean by Shabda Pramanam? Okay. For a child, her mother word is final. Her parents' word is final. When she go to school, what she will tell? No, my teacher said, my teacher is right. So for her, Shabda Pramana is and her teacher is the Shabda Pramana. Here, Vedas are Shabda Pramana given by our ancestors. That means there is no point in questioning it. If you can learn out of that experience, it is well and good. If you do not want, that is a different matter. So that means to acquire the knowledge, there are 4 Pramanas are given. Now, coming to this Somayagas. Because of the, what to call, invasions from foreigners, our social system is totally disturbed and destroyed. We believed, what to call, the knowledge was mostly, this Vedic knowledge was given by generation to generation, our Guru Shishya Parampara. So when they are destroyed, this we have lost. Shankaracharya, by that Shankaracharya itself, he realized that there should be a system where these 4 Vedas should be preserved. They kept it, what you call, 4 Pitas he has established, and each Veda, what you call, Yajurveda, Rigveda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, and what you call, Adharveda. 4 Pitas entrusted it. So Dwaraka Pita is given Samavedam. Govardhan Pita is given Rigvedam. And Jyotirphisha is given Adharveda. And the down at Shungari Pita is given Yajurveda. These 4, they are responsible. These are the 4 institutions which are entrusted to preserve these 4 Vedas. So when the invasion came from the north, the Samaveda is mostly destroyed, and Adharveda is destroyed, and Rigveda to a certain preserved, and Yajurveda mostly preserved today, Veda for us, compared to other Vedas. Now, this is one aspect. Now, here, most of our teachers are here. I am not asking the students, either teachers are there. Now, how do you transmit our knowledge to next generation? Tell me. How do you transmit our knowledge to the next generation? So, at the most, whatever that you are going to transmit is only the physical world, objective world. But when I go for subjective knowledge, how do you transmit it? This is the basic problem. When you do not accept the subjective reality, mostly what we are present generation doing, how do you transmit? If I experience something beyond my senses, how do you transmit it? So, the rishis, who have realized things beyond our senses, beyond our what called physical reality, the subjective reality. They wanted to transmit the knowledge for the next generation. How, in what way? A pratyaksha pramana. What does science say? If you want to be a universal truth, it should be experimented any place, anywhere, any time. So that type of pratyaksha pramana is the Somayaga. Those subjective knowledge which they experienced, they transmitted to the common people through Somayaga. For example, I will tell you. Forget why one Somayaga. Yesterday, another scientist, the philosopher, what she expressed, Nasadiya Suktam. Hardly 7 verses are there. How many people could comprehend it? What Nasadiya Suktam is there? What does it tell? Question mark. There is no conformity. But it is very difficult to understand Nasadiya Sukta for any philosopher. Not easy, is one. But our Bhakta Potana says, he has written Bhagavad. What is that? Evvaniche janincho jaga menbade lopana indoliyamai evvan yandurinda parameshwarudu evvadu అని ప్రశ్నిస్తాడు. This is a common mechanism. Understand? Okay, that means there is something unreality is there. A question mark is there. He could easily explain it. A thing which is a subjective reality is brought to the common level, man. Somayaga is a method, a methodology. How they transmitted their subjective knowledge or experience, not knowledge, subjective experiences to the common man. Okay. What do they do here? Who has to do? Who is eligible for it? Here 4 Vedas are required. Veda Ritvas are required. The first one, a Yajaman is required. Who decides to do yajna? What is his eligibility? To do the yaga. See, for this one, they put a condition that the Yajamani should be an upasaka of fire. Fire is the primordial energy. I think there is no doubt about it, the question mark. The fire is the primordial energy. Heat, whatever you call, or energy. So, unless otherwise you do upasana about primordial energy, how can you find out the truth? So that primordial energy, the Yajamani is expected to do minimum 3 years to 7 years upasana about Agni. Then only he is eligible to do Somayaga. No Rutvik or no Veda Pandit is allowed to perform the yaga. They can recite the mantras, but not eligible to do yaga. That means there is eligibility to do yaga. So, Yajamani is called Nityagnihotri. Who performs pujas or upasana about Agni, he brings that fire to the Yajnashala and initiates the fire. It is called Guruhasta Agni. What is called? Guruhasta Agni. That means the Yajamani, he brought the fire, which he, upasana, he brings it and initiates it. Then, next is called Dakshana Agni. You know about Dakshana is towards Yama. Yamaloka would call it Dakshanam. So, here they recall the demigods are our ancestors. He invites all the rishis, all our Purvajlog, ancestors, starting from Saptarshi to come present, he is the immediate ancestors, and seeks their blessings to help him to show the way. How you traveled, please show the way. Who would like to travel in that way? And takes his blessings. Then it goes to Ahavan Yagni, where divine Devatas or Divya Purushas are invited. So, in this process, a physical Agni, Bhautika Agni, what do you call it, is divinized, empowered. What do you call? Physical Agni is not in a position to Urdhalokas, the higher realms of life, or to call reality. So he has to be divinized. Can you expect? Agni is there, fire is there. What do you mean by divinizing it? How do you transform? What is the transform method? Is there such concept in the world, in the entire science? Here, the fire is energized so that he can travel to the Urdhva. That's what we the Pravargya, which I have shown, is called a Pravargya. It's divinized, activized, what you call modern terminology. Then, all these is called 3 yagna kundas, after from this thing, after energizing the fire, it is taken to the Vedi. It's called major this thing. There you perform all the pujas and invite the gods and sense all these aspirations. Why you are doing it, yajna? Because of you are seeking help from the divine. So these are our desires, please fulfill it. Here comes the problem. What is it? Whose desires? Is there any common denominator? Why do you want to do yajna? Here they realized thing, there is always a struggle between the positive energy and the negative energy in the world. When negative energies take control or they increase their power, there is an imbalance is there. To bring the balance in these diverging forces, you require to these somayagas. They are not kamyagnas, not for your individual desires. In Srishti, when there is an imbalance, you have to bring the balance. That's why in the Mahavedi, it is called 5 layers are there. That bricks, they construct the yaga, this one, there 5 layers are kept. Even each yagna, that is each brick is invited. A god is invited to sit in that yagna. Totally, maybe more than 1,000 bricks are put there, 5 layers. In each thing, brick, a divine energy is invited there. After that first layer, what I asked them, Ritiks, sir, we do not know, but Sri Aurobindo gives explanation for it. What is it? No, the first layer brings the balance in the earth. The second layer is to bring balance in the air. The third layer brings balance in the space. The fourth layer to bring what are the benefits of the Yagnashala that Yajaman is asking for it. The fifth layer is for universal peace. That means every brick is used for a particular purpose. Every instrument is used for a particular purpose. And that knowledge we have lost it. Unfortunately, now, even if you want to do yajna now, there are hardly 30 Nityagnihotis are there, 30 to 40 at the most. 30 to 40 at the most. But there were earlier days where almost every house, the fire, that Nityagnihotis were there. Now we have lost that tradition. And it's mainly preserved by Kerala people. And because of my inquiry, I have traveled all over the country. So, now the problem is, we do not, I think not me, Kanche Parmacharya, he counted this thing. During his time, there were hardly 120 Nityagnihotis were there. That means about 70 years or 60 years back, there were 120. Now it has come to 30. And if the number is counted, that means there will no one be eligible to do yajna. And in the 4 yajnas are there, 4 what you call Vedas are there. Samavedi is almost lost. Only some related verses are there which you are using in the Veda, in this yagas. That means there is a danger of losing this tradition. You see, we took the Ritviks, Kerala Ritviks who were representing to that Mata Amrutanandamayi to seek her blessings. They were elected to come, but requested them, they came. And you know what she told?
Rajareddy garu,
Yeah.
ఆయన మాట్లాడాలా?
Yes, yes. Fine.
ఆయన మాట్లాడాలి అంటే మీరు
Okay, I will complete it. So what she told is, to them. You are doing in secrecy. When do you get the freedom? When you are coming out. If this is a thing, how the society is going to be benefited of our instant knowledge? This knowledge should come out. Then I thought that, okay, these things should be spread. Yagna should be present. What you call? This knowledge of Somyaga should be spread all over the country. And to what is the reality today? We have what you call small Rudrahom, Chandi Home, etc. Now presently, earlier Vratas were there. But this concept of Somayagas, it should be there for world peace, and to bring the balance in this thing, and to invite the divine to take birth. Sri Rama was born because Avatarata was conducted. And so many experiments we conducted. My friend will explain you, because I am not well versed with this vertical technical aspects. He will explain to you. My friend is Shekhar Reddy. He is associated with him in the last 10 years. So please, Shekhar Reddy, please come and take part. Thank you.
The greatest contribution of Maharshi Mahesh Yogi is that one can enjoy 200% of life, 100% materialistic and 100% spiritualist. So this has been the greatest aspect. For the last 6 decades, we've been doing several scientific studies on Vedic knowledge. You can just see it in the Time magazine, 1975 itself it has come. Now, yoga and yaga are interrelated, so I'm just trying to travel together. So how much time I have, sir? 10 minutes, yeah. So these are all the Deepak Chopra, Sri Ravi Shankar, Jaggi Vaz, these are all disciples of Maharshi only. So this we had, last January, we had about 138 countries participated at Kana Shantivanam in Hyderabad. So this is the medical research estimates 50% of illnesses, this is stress related. So we are going to measure, we have been doing this, measuring of orderliness, EEG, and how the brain mapping, the root of all our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors is the communication between neurons within our brains are produced by synchronized electrical pulses from the masses of neurons communicating with each other. So this, how you measure it. This is each alpha wave, there you get the meditation one, delta you can just see the sleep one. So we have done 650 scientific studies on various aspects of Veda, mainly meditation. Yaga we have not did much, but we'll be doing shortly that also. And these have been by National Institute of Health. These are all independent studies. They have funded this, like you can just all over the world, you can just see it. Like adding transcendental meditation is equivalent to adding a second antihypertensive agent to one's current regime, only safer and less troublesome. And these are the international magazines, reduced risk factors of hypertension, diabetes, and obesity, American Medical Association, increased lifespan, 12 years of lifespan, biological age reverse has been done with this, reduced thickening of coronary arteries, reduced blood pressure in comparison with other procedures, reduced heart failures. Who have done this? Harvard, MIT, like Singapore University, like Ireland Institute of Medical Sciences, all these things, 200 universities have done these studies all over the world for the last 6 days. See, this IQ increased, this is a very extensive study, 2 years, 1985 to 87, you can just 116 to 121. And stronger immune system, just you can just see p-value of 0.05, that means it's very near to this. Then you can just see it, everything, decreased hospital admissions, just for the childbirth, everything is like, now they see the null hypothesis, P, 0.00001, it means that 99.99% they are true. They are reported in Psychotic Medicine 1987. You can just see childbirth, nose, throat, heart, genital, tumors, that's cancer. All these things been benefited with transcendental meditation. And increased relaxation. This is the meta-analysis of 32 studies. 20 minutes of meditation is equal to 8 hours of deep sleep. And decreased blood pressure and overall quality of in the cancer patients has been observed. And decreased job tensions, with the practicing of this one. Crores of people are participating all over the world, including prime ministers and several here. Improved sleep, decrease in depression, and reduced cigarette use. See, this is the 12 years of biological age reverse. With the control and long-term practice, you can reverse the 12 years of biological age reverse is observed here. And this is in 1970, Scientific America has produced this. Discovery of 4th state of consciousness from the wakeful state, sleeping, and dreaming. This is the 4th state of consciousness. And this The ancient records, like in the realm of Ram, suffering belongs to no one. So in the Ram Raj, you can observe yoga and yaga. These are the two distinct by Ram Rajya. And formally 8,000 Vedic points were maintained in the palace of Yudhishthira. It's said in the Mahabharata. And sage Vasishtha also said the same thing. In the vicinity of coherence, hostile tendencies are eliminated, Maharshi Patanjali Yoga Sutra. We have one of the biggest Pandit centers in the world. Several places we have. This is the yoga flying technique. And lakhs of documents are available on the net, You can see all those things in the net. And as I said, our Pandit programs are huge, like 5,000, 6,000 Pandits at different places of the world. It is in Nepal. We've been teaching transcendental meditation to TTD, several places, several schools, wellness, and several countries, Colombia, USA, and almost 40 armies we are teaching transcendental meditation. Singapore, Malaysia. See, now we're coming to the Yagya part. You can just see Suparna coming out of the Yaga. This is, as Uncle has said, Tretagni, that's the Dakshinagni, and Somras. This is Somlata, which is used in Somras. Let us become immortal by having Som Ambrosia. It's in Rigveda. What are the things observed in Somyaga is several scientific experiments are carried out. The absence of virus in the yoga vicinity, increase of germination of seeds from 300 times to 2,000 times. This has been scientifically established, increase of germination. Rest of things we are in the process. A sudden flash of temperature during Pravagya, a fire ritual to the tune of 387. Not only that, even to 5,000 degrees, which is actually atmosphere surface temperature of sun. It matches that, means it goes there, reaches there. Downpour of rain up to 10 kilometers range, an increase of output in the milk of the cows. Pravagya almost matches the sun surface temperature and creates a vacuum in the atmosphere, resulting in the downpour of rains in the vicinity. So this is a scientific study in the 2018 we have done in Bangalore, SVASA University. You can just see that 100 participants, normal energy of overall 100% increased during that, and a cancer patient being cured here to that period only. After that, we have to continue to do this. And this, in the history of Somyaga, Somnath temple, it's our first recorded Somyaga we've done. And you can just see it, rain in that area. Gir Somnath, you can just see it 1182 times, like that's the effect of the thing. You can just see it on the same value, you can just see it. Gir is more and it's coming down, like the far it goes, the rain was less. This is all meteorological department. Now coming to the Pravagya. See, this is study done by Vayaganti Chankati and the president of Vedas World Inc. This was done, we did it in Pragati Resorts in 2020 during the Corona time. So this is Kelvin color temperature. Depending on the color, you can guess what is the temperature like. See, the Pravagya, the color code, 4,209 degrees it reached. And to 4,260, 5,446, the color range. You can just see it, what have been added into this? Nothing. Ghee, 50 grams of ghee, heated, and cow milk is poured into it. No chemical, nothing. And we are producing 4,000 degrees, 5,000 degrees centigrade. A great scientific process generates enormous amounts of temperature, closer to the temperatures on the sun's surface for a shorter period. It's like a flash it comes. In the Pravagya process, due to high temperature, the organic compounds in cow ghee, cow milk, and goat milk are likely to be excited to higher state and quickly drop to a lower stage by releasing ultraviolet radiation with wavelength in the range of 320 to 400. These ultraviolet radiations destroy COVID-19 like viruses and other harmful bacteria covering larger areas surrounding the Pravagya location, providing immunity. So thousands of people attended this during that Corona period. Nobody has got the Corona during that period. Almost 20 days we were there at Pragati Resorts. And these are the other evaluation there. Like you can just see PM 2.5, the 6.4, then 7.9. These are all, you can just see it, the effects of Yaga here. No SOx and no NOx, sulfur dioxide, nitric oxide, oxygen, carbon monoxide, nothing, not found. See, this is very important. Oxygen, why I'm showing oxygen is, we are pouring liters of ghee, but there's some misconception that you fire 1 kg of ghee, then 1 ton of oxygen release. It's not true. We have to project what is correct, what is real. what can be scientifically, it can be tested. See, this is the healing with yagna. Yagna is equal to mathematics, botany, medicine, quantum enlightenment, psychology, consciousness, environment science. Mantras amplify the energy of yagna and spread its energy through air. And see, these studies are not to the extent of Maharshi's Swadi studies, but the people are doing, but we are going to do it in a big way, what we did to the Ayurveda, to the transcendental meditation. So we'll be going to do this one, but as for now, there are some studies have been done, like Gayatri Mantra chanting helps generate higher activity of awareness, interdisciplinary study. Yagna causes good rainfall. Research and exploratory study on Vajpayee Somyaga, cleansing atmosphere and boosting immunity. And medicinal smoke reduces airborne bacteria and can enhance science and wisdom of yaga therapy with herbs having immune boosting and antiviral properties aid in the fight against COVID-19. Effects of smoke from the medicinal herbs, this Dev Shankar, and again the same thing. Yaga therapy has supportive care in cancer patients, improved quality of life. This is our study only in the Bangalore. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yogi flying this advanced stage. That is an advanced stage.
That is why I'm saying it's not at all a humorous question. We were really worried ki if fans are there, if we just people fly, how it affects.
So within half an hour you got, so 40 years we have an experience, so we know how to place the fans.
See, we have
it's only hopping. It's only first stage.
We have been talking about Soma Yaga.
Yeah.
The primary ingredient is Soma. And it's a matter of misfortune, great misfortune, that no one knows what exactly is Soma, because the Nama Rupa Lakshana is totally absent. And all the practitioners are so much aghast with this. Is there any effort from any of the institutions in your knowledge or from the government to exactly identify what the herb looks like?
Sir, we are using Putika, and like I was told DRDA yesterday, you could have asked the Satish Reddy Garu for that. They've been doing it in Himalayas and Hindu Kush. You can just tell.
I am told that a soldier could find it and is brought one model, one piece, this thing, and shown to our other person in Hyderabad itself. I asked them, he said, yes, he brought one, but we could not locate the place again. That means what we understand is, unless otherwise a sadhak devotes his life in search of it, you can't find it.
This is a suggestion to A.B.S. Sastry Garu. In your future endeavors, you should try to locate such very, very rare herbs. For example, at least 40% of the Veda mantras are dedicated about the process of Soma, or locating it, or how to process it, number one. And in Ramayana, we have got the Vishalya Karani and Sanjeevani. These are the 4 types of herbs which are said Sandhara Karani. These are the herbs. So we should ask the government to make a commission, inquiry commission about, to find out the physical properties of it and see if such traces are found anywhere in the mountains or anywhere in the Indian geography, territories, or somewhere else. That's one suggestion in the concluding remark, resolution we can ask for.
Yes, 1 minute, sir. So,
with reference to the question on the botanical identity of Soma, we presently understand with the available kind of descriptions or knowledge, we consider it as Ephedra gerardiana, which grows around 9 to 10,000 feet altitudes in Himalayas. And presently the plant is considered to be critically endangered. Only few populations are left in the nature. That's what I know. Its botanical name is Ephedra gerardiana. Ephedra gerardiana. So this particular, actually, this plant was studied for its effect on the biological activities were studied, reported way back in 1960, 1970. It has unique health promoting benefits as evidenced in the experimental animals. However, the plant is now endangered, therefore there is no commercial exploitation. It is covered under the Biological Diversity Act under a prohibited list. So therefore there is no collection happening. Thank you.
yeah. Already there is a government has formed the Biodiversity Commission. They are trying to, it's already mentioned it. They are trying to propagate various, these murikas. They are even prepared to give patents also. If you spend time for 3 years or 5 years or 10 years and propagate those murikas or vanaspatis, they are ready to give it.
Thank you. Already today's session started delayed by 30 minutes, so we have to cover that time because all programs are prefixed. So the afternoon session, some VIPs are, some senior scientists also attending. Let me conclude, give A.K. Upadhyay. A.K. Upadhyay, Dr. A.K. Upadhyay, he is the, I know, as per my understanding, he is the asset of ancient Indian knowledge. Because I have gone through so many names and attendees, Indian astronomy, he is the master. So thank you very much, sir, Upadhyay Garu. Do you know how many granthas giving so much of knowledge, subject-wise, field-wise? If you go through lakhs of granthas, all the students asking why we are not finding those names because of Macaulay education system. First, you all should know that our education system is not Indian education system. This is Macaulay education system, initiated by Macaulay, because he has given to the, at that time, Emperor, British Emperor, he has given report, as long as Sanskrit is in India, we cannot rule the India. So we have to abolish all ancient Gurukulas, Sanskrit education, everything. In the place of Sanskrit, we have to implement English. Then only we can rule Bharat. So that we have to, because all these things, someone asks about measurements, time, everything was well defined in several matters. And so, Upadhyay ji, very sorry for the short time, and we will be definitely utilize your knowledge and experience in further. I will discuss with you and we will form a group. Then how best we can do in future, let us see. Every student should know that all these, first you listen about Granthas, treatises, Lilavati, Kaushitaki, Brahmana, and Siddhanta Siromani, every field, there are numerous, we can't say. So his work for the Indian ancient astronomical research is marvelous. And sir, I respect you, and definitely we will work together in future. And number 2 is Sai Giridhar, na? Next, Sai Giridhar. I appreciate him because he's very young. He has completed PhD, came from Satya Sai University, a product of Satya Sai Baba. So many scientists came from Satya Sai Institute. I know so many members. So they are in different disciplines and they are working. But everyone whom I have seen, that they are filled with the samskara, that is Satya Sai Baba's blessings with them. So our education system, value-oriented education system, that is available in Satya Sai Gurukulam. So I appreciate the young and dynamic life coach, because life coach, his age is 35, 30, minimum 40, below 40. But he is giving complete understanding about the all these things. Here I would like to say, entire Patanjali Yoga Shastra, just I used to say in 2 words, don't expect anything, do you accept everything. These 2 words, that is Patanjali Yoga Shastra. Don't expect anything, do you accept everything. Then you see your life will be very pleasant, peaceful, happy, everything with you. Because all these, and one more thing, there is no definition for kashta and sukha. Oh, one's kashta is sukha for another. So there is no definition. If I feel kashta, my kashta is sukha for someone. You have to understand. So our perception and everything, one more thing, this body is common to all, everyone. This instrument is common. Only Guru Anugraha and sadhana, practicing, and the prajna, dharana, spurana, prakatana. These 3 decide you in society what you are. So please practice. Go to gurus. What I have done now, security is here. Exactly when I was young, or learned Nadi Jyotisha, I traveled from Tadipalligudun to Amalapuram daily 90 kilometers without sleep for 4 years by doing transcendental meditation, 20 minutes for 8 hours of sleep. So we have to approach gurus, then only we get knowledge. So all these things, Sai Giridhar, thank you so much for your wonderful speech, and really approach, take his email address, and you hunt him, then you will become perfect, this one. And the third one, Shuchi Tiwari, I don't comment anything. If you are ready, I am giving offer to you in position my institute. Can you come with high respect and high salary what you are getting now? No comments on your speech. If you are ready, tomorrow I will send the offer letter to you, because you are working on my area. Definitely you can add value to my work, and you can minimize my so much of work and pressure also. So think well. I will provide everything to you. Come Guntur. Otherwise you ask him, provide place for the SRIVT, I will come to Hyderabad. Because I need, like you people, really what world is looking for, green and sustainability, is only available in Vedic knowledge. So alchemy. So thank you, Dr. Shuchi Tiwari, and your work is very excellent work, because this work is very important. I congratulate, and one more time I am offering you good position next to my position. Okay? Thank you. You are my successor if you are willing. Thank you so much. And last but not least, Somayaga, that Pravaraksha, that Homa is nothing but now what government is planning, totally world scientists are researching, that is green hydrogen project. If you observe, even 4,000 degrees centigrade, that Yagashala is not happening any burning or like that thing. So you have to observe these things. That is the green hydrogen production with the 50 grams cow ghee and some goat milk. Cow milk or goat milk. Somewhere goat milk also use, I have both. Huh? Both options are there. Gold milk. So you have seen, you witnessed how much hydrogen evaluated. That is green hydrogen project. But we have to do a proper, how to catch it, how to do it, everything is scientist responsibility. We are also there. So I have tried, and next thing is impact on environment. We have conducted in Boinapalli. The NISRO scientists have come. We have conducted Pavamana Homa. We have recorded the particulate, this thing, before Homa, during Homa, and after Homa. The radar, they got one radar and they have calculated 1.5 kilometer radius. Before Homa, 100%, during Homa, 60%, after Homa, zero pollution for 3 hours. And that scientist excited, sir, let us take on moving one, we will take one truck and we will establish everything, Homa, everything. We will all out around Delhi where pollution is there. And nothing to say, Yajna effect on environment, human life, everything, all living. So Homa is the, Agni is the main important. So that is nothing to say. And one more thing, last, I will conclude. How many here, how many people you know that Bhopal incident, poisonous gas leakage, how many you know? Do you know one more thing? There, only one house is protected per the Vishavayu. Do you know that? Do you know that? Whoever doing contingent Nichagnihotra, that family was protected for the, that family was the center of the city, but this Vishavayu wouldn't enter into that home. That was published in so many papers. It's a note, it's not a gossip or nothing. So all our heritage, they are the scientists. They are the scientists. Our Maharshis are the scientists. They are the global scientists, not local scientists. So they are the people, they are the Maharshis are the only torch bearers of complete, not Satya means, Shastra means Trikala Padya Satya called Shastra. Shastra means Trikala Padya Satya. Trikala Padyam, Trikala Apadya Satya. Because Satya means past, present, future, it won't change. So Shastra, Indian Bharatiya Shastras are Satyas. So I thank you, the great speakers, eminent speakers. Only problem is time. I don't have. Definitely, this is SRIVT's first international conference. So from next time onwards, definitely we will segregate and plan accordingly. Definitely minimum 45 minutes to 1 hour we have to give the such speakers. Then only they can give their knowledge to the public. Then only public will understand the values of Indian heritage. Namaskar. Thank you so much.